Help me welcome Jurie Weidemann as he delivers his speech titled Social Media is Anti-Social. Social Media is Anti-Social. Jurie Weidemann.
That's awesome. I stand before you feeling the need to just take a breath and relax a little. I feel this time of the year, everything is going so frantic and we're running around and pushing towards the end of the year, feeling burnt out. So just take a moment and breathe. Take a breath in and relax. You're okay. We'll all get to the end of the year. Let me tell you a little bit more. Now, that's got nothing to do with my speech. It's just something I feel like. We need to just realize that this is the period of the year and we'll be fine. I want to tell you a little bit more about my experience and my preparation for networking. And as a sales engineer, networking is part of my day-to-day job. So it's something that I found informative besides the fact that I have to network on a daily basis. I've been trying to build my reputation or my brand on social media for more than 10 years. And that is why I say social media is anti-social. I haven't been able to reach the kind of success I wanted to on social media. And the thing I learned with that is that you actually have to connect with people in person and look them in the eye to be able to make that connection before people actually go onto social media and find out, who is this guy? So building relationships in real life, in real person, and looking people in the eye, shaking their hands, and being able to see and feel the energy is more important than social media. Social media is not social. It is, in fact, antisocial. When you network, you have about 7 to 30 seconds to make an impression on someone. It is important to know this because we tend to, when we introduce ourselves, go off on a tangent and speak for 5 to 10 minutes. And by the time we pass the 30-second mark, people tend to fly off the cuff, not interested anymore. It is so important that we realize that we have a short amount of time to make an impression on someone. I've learned through my life that is not only verbal communication that causes people to form an impression of who you are. It is more about how you present yourself, because people start forming an impression of you within the first 7 seconds of seeing you, without you even opening your mouth or being able to introduce yourself. So stand up tall, smile, be confident, because that already creates an impression of the person you are. Right now, I will present to you the verbal introduction I prepared for doing networking. And I'd like for anybody who has tips afterwards to approach me on how I could improve my introduction. I'm an engineering technician by training. And I choose to be a sales engineer, a problem solver, a YouTuber, a public speaker, a business developer, an entrepreneur, a problem solver. I am passionate about helping people uncover and achieve their full potential through accepting challenges and working through those challenges and finding solutions for those challenges. That is my introduction that I used, or aim to use going forward at least, for future networking events. Social media is antisocial. I've learned through blogging, through being on Twitter, MySpace, if anybody can remember that, Google+, if anybody can remember that. I've pretty much been active for the last 15 years on pretty much any social media platform I could find. And I'm not famous yet. Not that fame is the aim. The aim was always to reach someone or more people than I would be able to do in my everyday life, in my everyday doings. The point of social media is that you can reach a bigger audience, but you actually have to do something physically and in person for people to want to know more of who you are and go find you on social media. This was a hard lesson for me, and I only learned it a year ago. So I've had some success on my YouTube channel. So I've had some success on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. But none of those things matter if people don't really want to be interested in who you are and what you have to say. So networking is important, to be able to meet people in person and see who they are and how you and that person or people can add value to each other. I had the privilege of going to LeaderX at Sandton's Convention Center last week, and I happened to bump into Verity Price, who is the 2021 World Champion of Public Speaking, where she gave a speech about being positive in tough times. After that, I happened to bump into someone I met at Electromining the week before, where the chance meeting we had sparked interest on both our sides to enter into future discussions about the possibility of exploring opportunities and doing business together. After that, at the same event, I happened to bump into Sibusiso Frugal, or Frugal Local. He's an influencer on Twitter, something I wish I had achieved in my life. We've been connected on Twitter, and we've been having discussions and coffee, and that chance meeting at an event where neither of us knew that we were going to be there also sparked interest in further discussions and those kind of things. So the lesson I learned from that is that you have to be in the spaces where you can connect with people and find out what value you can add to each other. In ending off, I'd like to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. Go find people that you don't necessarily know. Having a network influences your net worth, as we heard earlier this evening. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know 1 million people. All it means is that you have to connect with individuals that force you to upgrade. It is so important that we spend time with people and realize that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So step out of your comfort zone, go meet someone who you don't know and make a connection so that you are enabling yourself to connect people and learn new perspectives from other people in the world. Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster.